So, I got a few comments on my last video, most of which explaining their own opinions about what I had to say. Perfect, that's what I want. But most of these comments included something about The Simpsons. So, this video, I want to go more in depth about this Simpsons season. More specifically, I want to talk about my thoughts because I have quite a bit of those. First of all, I want to read this comment by Neon EYT, which reads, "As a Simpsons fan, I can say this. I assume they put a whole mini-season to it because it's one of the most well-known shows because it's been around for 37 years of streaming and much more from shorts on the Tracy Ullman Show. So, for one, I actually have no idea what the Tracy Ullman Show is or who Tracy Ullman is. And for two, the fact of it being well-known is not the reason it's got a whole month dedicated to it. In 2024, Disney acquired a $1.5 billion stake in Epic Games, which makes them a minority shareholder. That is supposedly intended to create an interconnected universe for the two companies to exist in, which allows Fortnite to use Disney IP in their game. In 2019, Disney acquired the rights to 20th Century Fox. This includes the rights to The Simpsons. Therefore, The Simpsons is a Disney IP, and because of that partnership, Epic Games is just as obligated to make The Simpsons a major part of their game as they are to make Marvel and Star Wars a major part of their game. Disney having acquired the rights to those two in 2009 and 2012 respectively. I understand that The Simpsons is well known and a long-running show, but I can say with almost complete certainty that it is not the most beloved. With that out of the way, I want to talk about, well, the season. I see a lot of praise for it on TikTok. In fact, I haven't seen hate at all for it. I think there's a very specific reason for that reason being, it's not Chapter 6. New map, new and returning weapons, battle pass, cosmetics, all that jazz. Before I get into why I don't like the season, I want to say the only thing I do like about it. This is only going to last a month. Sorry, there are actually two things. I really like the companion feature they added. I like being able to have a little puppy follow me around, although the couple matches I did play with my companion, it sounded like a person walking around every once in a while, and sometimes it got in my way. I designed mine after my sweet baby Kona, in case anyone was wondering. So where do I even begin with the things I don't like? First, I want to point out the quote-unquote sweat problem everyone seems to be having. I actually don't believe there's more sweats this season as there were the very last one. I think everyone is just coming up against more real players, considering there's only like 80 people per match. People have gotten used to the insufferable amount of bots filling every lobby, meaning they got used to just chilling until top 20 and then being absolutely dunked on by just a real player. I'm not good at this game. In fact, I'd barely even go as far as to say I'm average skill level, and I'm not seeming to encounter any sweats. I just seem to encounter real people who are slightly better than me. So no, there aren't too many sweats, there are just less bots. Second, I hear whispers every now and again, once again through TikTok, that this season is riddled with bugs and glitches. Now, I don't know if that's actually a problem people are having, but from what I've seen of the season, absolutely no bugs or glitches. To be fair though, I can't stand to play more than one match in a sitting, so maybe I just haven't played enough. And the third thing I don't like about this season is the map size and player count. I'm an outlier in the fact that I actually don't mind bots in matches all that much. Sure, it gets tiring so easily making my way to top 15 just to get absolutely cranked on by a child who's younger than the game itself, but I'm not the type to complain about a few free kills every once and again. However, the limited player size this season just makes it so there are much less bots to encounter and more real people, and once again, just real people and not sweats. The map size, on the other hand, somehow feels like an awkward middle ground to me. I end up fighting for my life at the beginning of the match, which is where like 74% of the lobby die, and then spend the next 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing until the top 5 when I'm fighting for my life again in the third circle. It feels like a similar gameplay loop to me as OG, simply regarding map size. I'm not a fan of The Simpsons, but that's not to say I hate The Simpsons. I don't. Like I said at the end of my last video, I just don't know anything about it, and I don't want to know anything about it. And quite frankly, I find The Simpsons kind of annoying. Like the show in general, not just the family. But anyway, when all is said and done, this season is definitely almost on par with the entire Chapter 5 with just how trash it actually is. But that's all I have for you today. I once again want to hear opinions in the comments, even though I seem to be like the only person in the player base who dislikes the season. And as always, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.